A brief comment on the continuing fiasco of the Coleman-Franken Senate race in Minnesota. Now, Coleman's decision to continue to pursue this in the legal arena is fucking bullshit. And I would say that I hate Norm Coleman, okay? Because of his activities in that regard. But because I fucking hate Al Franken and think he is a big fucking piece of shit and has no fucking business being a senator. He was a total failure as a comic, a total failure as a pundit on the radio, and now he wants to be a total failure as a U.S. Senator. Coleman is an asshole. Al Franken is a dick. So, as long as this drags out, it's a good thing, because neither one of these fucking jagoffs will be a senator until this is finally resolved. So, I'm all in favor of it going on forever. The Tea Parties, while they could have been a great opportunity to illustrate that there are people in this country who still want to abide by some of the democratic principles that made this country what it is today, and to fall back to the Constitution. Instead, the wonderful media in this country have focused on the so-called co-opting of the Tea Party movement by the GOP and right-wing people. And in particular, I'd like to say a hearty hail to the CNN bitch who tried to interview some people during the Tea Party and only exposed her own and CNN's hypocrisy by failing to listen to any alternative points of view and painting their own picture of what was going on, and supporting it by talking to only people that, you know, showed an extremist position. So, fuck you, CNN. Fuck you. I ain't watching any more of your shit, because all you are is a big fucking propaganda machine. And as far as that goes, fuck you, Ted Turner, because you're a big fucking dick too. And lastly, but not leastly, and certainly sadly, I'd like to talk about the recent spate of family suicide murders. You know, first there was the father who killed his children and then himself, and there have been several other incidents of this happening recently. And I would like to say that this is a very complex issue, and something that cannot be put down simply to one factor or another. You know, in my view, there has been manipulation within this country of the American people. There has been a particular manipulation which has fostered an underlying mental illness in this country, a cognitive dissonance, which has bred an underlying strain of possible psychoses, or at least mental problems, which for the most part do not manifest themselves unless major things happen. And the economic crash that we're currently undergoing certainly serves as a impetus for these sorts of things to come out. So I think this is a societal problem more than it is simply a matter of certain people just snapping or going crazy. So I'd like to say this, you know, as far as our being manipulated by the media, by the government, by every other mechanism that's been used to try and crush the soul of the American people, we're fucking sick of it. Leave us the fuck alone. Let us be, let us live our fucking lives, and quit trying to fucking destroy us. None of us want to wake up tomorrow and read about a poor family who's had to live through some horrific tragedy like this, and then hear in the media about how, oh, it's because he lost his job, or it's because of this particular factor or that particular factor. No, certainly those things have led into it. Those things have contributed to it. But what about the underlying manipulation of this country for years, and the people in this country for years, by all of the so-called media, by our own government, by everybody else, which has bred this undercurrent of potential mental illness, which is only meant to breed societal disruption. So we're fucking sick of it. Quit manipulating us. Let us be normal people and live our normal fucking lives. So we don't have to wake up every day and read about horrible tragedies where entire families are slain. And I don't want to hear any more of your banal excuses for why it's so. Why don't you look at the deeper underlying problems that cause these things? Well, I know why, because you're the ones doing it. Thank you. Good day.